Hi everyone. Sorry about being 2 minutes late. I don't actually know how these things work. Anyway, who cares? So basically, today I'm songwriting live just to show you how I do it. I belong to a songwriting group on Facebook. And people often say, but how is it done? How do people do it? Do they start from words? Do they start from a melody? Where do people get ideas when they have creative blocks? Well, the way I do it is I usually it's always a melody for me. I always have a melody in my mind first. I could be walking around town anywhere. I have a melody in my mind, so I'll go on my mobile phone. I'll go on the recording app. Um, you can see how many I've done, and I'll just hit record and I'll record the melody, or I'll sit on my piano, play some chords, and then I'll have a vibe, and then I'll record the melody on top. It hardly ever starts with words. However, where do I get ideas from for concepts? Anywhere, from having a conversation with my family, my friends, strangers at the checkout, and my life.
No, I don't think so. It says the event will start in a few moments.
Just refresh it. I don't know how it works. It says here I'm live. Apologies, everyone. My husband's come to tell me that I might not be live.
Yeah. I don't know if you need to do something to start it. I'm not sure.
In here it says I'm live. I really don't know. I don't know what I have to do. In here it says I'm recording and stream. It says I'm live. So if you go on my YouTube channel, if you refresh it, I don't actually know if I'm live or not. Would someone let me know if I'm live or not? Send me a message. So I don't know how these things work. I don't know if I need to press anything. Welcome to the live chat. This is terrible. So I'll have to edit it afterwards if I haven't live and there's all these.
Hang on.
I don't know. Someone says you're live. Yay! Thank you. Thank you. What's your first name? I don't know if it's Kay. Anyway, let's carry on. So don't distract. My husband just did. So I was just saying, yes. So I get ideas from anywhere. Sitting at the cafe and people talking, watching a movie. I never sit on the sofa without a pad next to me, because there could be a really good line, and then you think, God, that would make a really good title for a song, or I don't know, absolutely anywhere. So I can never be short of concepts. You could be reading a book, and then you see a word that a poem, a copyright free poem, anything that. Hi, Susie. I didn't realize it was you. Bless you. Thank you for joining. Yes, I hope you can hear me well, because I don't have a way of checking the sound. So I hope it's coming across clear. I don't have subtitles, but in any case, so what I'm doing today, I'm songwriting from scratch. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm hoping that I won't go blank. I have an empty jar, and I have the chords. I'll place that there so you can see it's empty. I don't have already pre-chosen chords, and I've got chord A. Put it in there, so I won't know that's chord A. Chord B. Put it in there. Chord C. Put it in there. Chord D. And then E, F, and G. And these are your chords for creating songs. You could be using chords in a major way, like happy, or in a minor way, like unhappy, or you can do things like, my favorite chords are sus4, like that, which resolves into a normal chord, or major sevens. I love those. Anyway, now we'll be shuffling the jar, and I'll be choosing 5 chords at random. I might not use all 5 chords. I might only use 3, but I thought if I have a choice, my hand doesn't fit there. Okay, so the first chord. Da, 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 da. chord F. Okay, so I'll write that on my pad. My pad, chord F. Then the second chord is, I got two. No, I got one. Chord G. Lovely. I'll write that on my pad. F, G, and I could use them in different. That doesn't have to be in the sequence that I'm picking them up. Songwriting doesn't work like that. It's not static. Then I've got the third chord, which is E. I got the fourth chord, which is A. And what happens that sometimes you use some chords for the verses and some chords for the chorus. And chord B, the last chord, lovely. This is quite a nice sequence. Usually I don't do this. Usually, as I said, I just sit on the piano and I'll just put my hands on the piano and I just come up with a melody. But to show you that this was done organically from scratch, I couldn't just come up to you with pre-chosen chords because you would have thought, oh, she's already got a melody. She's not doing it from scratch. So anyway, and then what I'll be doing out of this little book of different quotes, copyright-free quotes, I'll be picking up a word at random. Obviously, if I pick up the word the or therefore or a, that won't be, the word that I'll be using, because I can't, create a concept out of a word there. But so let's do that. Let's just go around. I close my eyes, open the book. This book has got words on one side and pictures on the other. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you can see, but my finger ended on the word after. Now, I don't know whether that's a good word. After. Could you make a title called After? Ever After. Let's try. We said we were songwriting from scratch. So, or could that be the a word within a title? That is probably going to be a word within a title. I don't think a title could just be called After. So let's leave it there and see what happens. Okay, so I'll close the book now. I don't want to be distracted by the quotes. We're songwriting from scratch. It might be that I don't end up getting lyrics today. Lyrics is something that doesn't come very hair in my mouth, very easy to me. Thanks, Susie, for letting me know that the sound was clear. I hope the piano doesn't sound distorted or too loud in a minute. And it's not that this is going to be the perfect and the finished product. It's very much an organic process where I start with an idea and then I record a little bit of it and then I go away and I think of an intro or work out the piano part. So it's just really the beginning to show you how it all starts. Okay, so let's try. Let's play these chords. F, G, we've got E, A, and B. But we could be playing this in major or minor. So let's see. I'm just going to be playing the piano now, playing this solely these chords. I hope you won't get bored. And and just see what happens. I don't have a melody in mind because I couldn't have a melody in mind because I didn't know what the chords were going to be. It's like saying I'm going to cook something, but it's like the mystery box on the MasterChef Australia. I don't know if anyone watches. These people get a box, they lift it, and underneath there are some ingredients that they didn't know were going to be there, so they couldn't come to the counter and say, "Oh, I'm going to be cooking chicken," in case chicken wasn't there. So really, it's just going to be, I don't know what I'm going to do. The melody is going to have to work with these chords. Let's try. I don't know why, but I feel like starting in F. So I don't really know whether it's going to be a fast song, a slow song. Just see where my hands take me first. Already, I quite like that. what I do, then that could be the verse. I write down, I write down verse, and then I write the sequence. And don't mind my voice because I'm not a singer. I can sing enough to, make up a melody and record a demo, and then I hire a singer which sings much better than me. So F, G, no, E minor, A minor. And then we could either go straight to the chorus, or we could have what they call the pre-chorus, which is like a section that leads you into the chorus. So let's see what happens. Let me hit record on Pro Tools. So if I actually create something that is worth keeping, I might scrap this idea or I might develop it in the next few weeks. Then at least I won't forget what I'm doing. Have I got signal? Yeah, I've got signal. Have I got voice? Yeah, I've got voice. Okay. So let's hit record, and then we can just forget about the Pro Tools. That's just recording. We got G, so we can use G. I want to go C, but I can't use C because I haven't got that. So where can I go? I want to say the word after when I go on the E. This is the problem because I've chosen the chords at random, so I can't go where I want. Okay, so the first last time too. Then this last time. Time three. G sus4. We've got G, so we can use G, and I'm going to do a G sus4, G as a resolve. G sus4 is, so the root note is G, and then G is number 1, G, da, 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 that's number 4, C, and then number 5 is D, and that's what G sus4 is G, C, D, and that resolves into G, B, D, which is your normal chord. It's a lovely way to it just breaks the boredom. Okay. What was that? Da, 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 E normal. E normal, basically not E minor. We were using E minor in the verse, now we use E normal. Da, 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 Now we're going to the sea. I can't go into the sea because I haven't got that. This is where the challenge comes. Let's try. Mind the noise. It's so hot. I've got to have the window up. So let's repeat. So hard. How are we going to resolve this? Because I want to go somewhere I can't go. So maybe I have to change the chords. So bear with me because this process does take a while, to figure out where the song is going to go. The whole point of doing it from scratch is to show you the challenges. Yeah. Go and get a glass of something and come back. Could go there. Major 7. A, and then what I'm doing is I can't remember, to be honest. Let's listen back from. No, I can't because it's in the middle of nowhere in the Pro Tools. Okay, let's start again. It's not good when you have a melody of the pre-chorus. And in there, and then you do a chorus coming down. Usually a chorus wants to stick it up. You want to do. Well, it could be writing a song by doing a melody like or going down, or you could do like a spike. I quite like spikes in my songwriting. I have a lot of spikes. Must be because I'm Italian and I have quite a lovely personality. So enough of talking crap. Let's get on with it, girl. Okay, so we can go there. Let's start from the beginning. So maybe we'll scrap the pre-chorus. See what I did now. And then I came back. into D. Can't go into B. Oh yeah, we can go into that. This is your chorus. Okay, so it's A major 7, and then it's G. F, which is a bit of a weird choice, but that's what we've got. It's as if you go to do a chord write in a studio and some drum programmer and someone else have given you a vibe and you've got those chords and you've just got to harmonize top line on those chords. You can't change it. They've worked on that. They're going to go and find someone else if you can't do it. So, yeah, so I've got to stick with these chords. It's ending in E at the moment. One of the chords we've got. And now how do we go back to the verse? I can't even remember what the chords were. That's not good. If you can't remember it, it means the melody wasn't that good. Let's see if we can remember it. Hey, can you remember that? You remember how that chorus go? If I would just play the chords. It's not to say it's going to stay like that. When I did my Christmas song, when I do any song, you start with an idea and then when you collaborate as well, someone else might say, actually, can we try this? And, you've got to keep an open mind. They might actually make it better. Or if genuinely it doesn't feel better, just say politely and just say, I actually feel it's stronger this way, and just maybe go away and don't listen to it for a couple of days and come back to it and see what feels natural. Does Joe Blogg's idea, was it better, or is your idea better? And always be prepared to change something, because songwriting is rewriting. If it feels like genuinely it is finished, you can't help but keep thinking of that melody, then probably it is strong. And if you can't think of it, then you probably want to do something more memorable. I don't think we need the G. I think we can go straight from A major 7 to F and E. And then I can't remember how the verse go. If you bear with me, I'm just going to go on Pro Tools. What was the beginning like? Let's listen to it. Hope you can hear it. remember now. So after that chorus. See, that doesn't feel like the two melodies go together. That verse feels like a pre-chorus. Is that how the chorus was? I don't know if I can remember how it was. Let's have a listen to it. Where's the voice? I can hardly hear the voice. Okay, let's just. So quiet. It's because I'm using the SM58, which is a dynamic microphone. It's absolutely quiet. If I was to use my condenser microphone, my Rode NT2A, it would really feed back against the speakers. I'd have to listen to myself on headphones, but then you couldn't hear anything. So at least it's recording something and I can work with it. Oh, what happened to oh yeah, technology, eh? Okay, so let's start again. Right, back to what I was. What time is it? 5:30. I've been on this half an hour. I hope you're not bored. I'm excited. I'm creating a song. I want to feel confident that I can remember the verse and the chorus. See, I don't think we've done a verse. I think it's weird. So if we were to start, if I was to start a verse, what would I start? I probably have to start it in A. No, I want to start it 5 notes down. Yeah, I want to start the verse. Usually, a good way of writing a verse and chords. And don't take my word for it. This isn't science. You can write songs however you like. But yeah. So if my chorus is in A, I want to start really my verse in a third down. A third means literally 3 notes, and I could start it in F, but it didn't feel like that was working. And I can even go further down to a 5th. So that's a really good result. If I was doing my verse in E, ending here, da, 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 yeah, it feels really good. So let's try and write. Forget what I did before. Let's try and write a verse starting in E, and then we've already got the chorus. Okay, let's do it again. We've got E on our list. We've got F, G, E, A, and B. See what happens. That doesn't feel like a spike. You can't go there. This is really hard. It might be that today we don't get a verse and a chorus. It might be that I only get the chorus. Well, that's better than nothing. This is the strongest part of the, of the song. Okay, let's try and write some words to that chorus then. The chorus is da, 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 Okay, so we've got the word after. What does after rhyme with? So I've got my phone and I've got my it's called Poet Assistant Rhyme app, and I just type after, and it rhymes with drafter. Laughter. Laughter is quite nice. Laughter. I'll write it down. Thereafter, not really good. You want to avoid doing rhymes that have got the same ending as the previous, basically the same word as within that word as the word before. And it's not really giving me anything else. So I'm also using the rhyme zone online. Where's that? Rhyme zone. And I put after. Oh, God. It rhymes with crafter, drafter, grafter. Thereafter. Not really. Oh, it's an awkward word. I mean, we don't have to keep using it, but it's good that it rhymes with laughter. It also rhymes with, you can do that yourself. If you go on rhymezone.com, you can do it live with me. You can type at the top the word after, and then underneath, just choose rhymes, and it comes up with all this stuff. Whether you want a word with 2 syllables, 3, 4, or 8 syllables. 8 syllables. We've got music for the morning after. What? So, what else have we got? Oscar, Casper, yeah, right, Jasper, plaster. I put a plaster and then I found a master. No. Well, disaster. We got disaster. Wow, we could make a funny song with the word disaster. Like I put some makeup on and afterwards my mascara went down and it was a disaster. What else have we got? Master. That's it. We've only got 2. Oh, that's fine. So back to Songwriting Live. Okay, so what can we talk about after? Something ever after. After that, I feel like using after there. After blah blah. After you go, after you went. It could be that I just write down some lyrics and then I scrap them all together and start again. But at least let's try something. After you went. So we could talk about what's a good way of doing as well. If you're not too specific when writing lyrics, if you don't put someone's name, after Joe Block went, then you've got more chance of having the song picked by a label or by a movie or the song being placed in an advert, because it's generic. You're talking about you, and you it's got no gender. It could be a male, a female, a child, a granddad. So that's a good way. So to keep songs quite generic. Obviously, if you really want to write a song about, I have got a melody that I got inspired by this lady I used to work with. For the life of me, I can't think what she's called now. Anyway, and the melody wants to say that name, so I will finish it. Elaine. Yes, I will do that, but it might never go anywhere. It might just end up staying on SoundCloud and doing nothing. But yeah, don't feel constricted to follow rules. But if you want to sell, you have to follow some rules. If you want your songs to be picked up, because these days the general public has got a really short life attention span. People on Spotify click next after 7 seconds. So your best part, 7 seconds, what's that? Just an intro, an introduction, and an interlude on the piano before you even got to the words. If they just don't feel that emotion in the first few bars of first few seconds of your song, they'll go next. And to be honest, sometimes I'm guilty of that too. If it just doesn't resonate with me, it could be something in the drums, the bass too loud, or I don't like the instrument. It's just not the genre that I listen to, so I'll go next. And when you send the CD to a label, apparently they only listen to the first 34 seconds. So if you really want them to listen to that amazing chorus, you've got to get the chorus within the first 30 seconds. And if they're really impressed, they'll carry on listening to it. Otherwise, they'll just pick up the CD and go, next, end up in the bin. So it depends. If you're doing some writing as a release because you want to write about stuff, just like people writing books, then do what you want. Don't follow the rules. Write songs on one chord. I mean, there are some fantastic songs that have been done just using 2 chords. But if you want to sell, you've got to follow certain rules as well. Like, if you want music being played on radio these days, you haven't got the freedom of creating long intros and long songs like My Fire by the Doors. You've got to create a 3.5-minute song, or you'll do an album version of it, longer, than do a radio edit, what they call a radio edit, a shorter one, because otherwise people will change the channel unless it's an absolutely fantastic song, and radio stations don't want people losing ratings, so they want to play short songs. Please feel free to disagree with me live if you want to participate. I will look at your comment. Each to their own. We've all got different ideas. So I'm going, and you don't always have to use rhymes as well. I've got songs that don't have rhymes, and I've got songs that perhaps like pop songs, dance songs. People expect to hear that rhyme, particularly rap, R&B, but then you might be doing jazz songs that completely have no rhyme at all. Okay, so back to the song. I can't remember why I started talking about stuff, but oh yes, because I was talking about, I found this line: after you went away, I felt liberated. It could be that when you split up with someone, you feel liberated, or after you went, I crumbled, and now I'm better. So when you create a song, you want to write down a narrative, like when writing a book. So you don't have to start from verse 1. You can start from the chorus, or you can start from verse 1. And then you can then swap the verses round if it feels like the verse 2 should actually be at the beginning. I've done that recently with a song that I'm collaborating on. What was I going to say? Yeah, just really jot down all the thoughts you've got. Don't worry about finding a perfect line with a perfect syllable count like Max Martin does, counting the syllables. And don't try and follow any structure at the beginning, like A, B, B, A, B, all that. Just literally jot down the thoughts, what your song is going to be about, and then try and change those lines into song format, like writing a poem. Also matching it to the melody. Don't try and force a certain word. If the melody is good, don't try and, this is why I find it easier to write a melody first and then words, because I've been given words in the past and they didn't particularly follow. You get a really long line and then the second line is not so long. It didn't follow a good flow, and it was really difficult to to maintain that melody. You ended up having to change a melody, and then there was no repetition. People want a little bit of repetition in a melody because you want that to stick in people's head. This is how songs gonna do well, right? So the reason why I started talking about keeping a song universal, inclusive, gender without gender, was because I've put the word you there after you went, and I didn't say after he went, because otherwise only girls would be singing that. Or if you say after she went, only guys would be singing that, and we want everyone to sing it. So this is what I want to do. You do what you prefer. So da 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 after you went. Yeah, that's quite good end that. After you went, after you went. So what can we say then? I felt alone. I felt that alone might end up changing into, I'm just writing here. I felt alone. What does alone rhyme with? Let's have a look. Alone. Alone. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. Probably not. Alone rhymes with baron. Blown. I felt blown. I felt capone. I felt cologne. I felt condone. Sometimes it's a right laugh. I felt a cyclone. I felt Dijon. I felt a drone. No, come on. Flintstone. I felt a Flintstone. Oh, God. Homegrown. I felt known. Alone rhymes with known. Let's write it down. Because it could be that I say, I felt alone. Like nothing I've ever known. Like a feeling you never known. See where I'm going with it? But at the moment, it's not perfect. But I'm still writing that line, and then I'll perfect it later. Because in music, you've got the beauty of not having to be grammatically always correct. It's especially when you listen to R&B and rap, they'll just use sounds. Max Martin does that with all these who at the end of a song. I love you, Max. It does it to maybe fill in a line that otherwise it wouldn't go with the line below or the line after that. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known, nothing. Like a feeling. So if I said a feeling I've never known, I could do that. But it's not true. A feeling that you'd never know. What could you say? Because you don't want to sound patronizing or feeling nothing. I like to know something known. I felt alone. Nothing I want to know. Known. Let's leave it nothing I've ever known, and then we could change it. I've ever known. And if the last line is went, we need to now da 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 after you went. Now we're gonna rhyme. If I want to find the rhyme, we're gonna find something with went. Oh God, the rhyme doesn't find anything with went. What about the rhyme zone? There must be something with went. Went. Bent. Sent. No offense, anyone. Meant. Yeah, meant is a good. Talking feelings. Talking about your feelings. It's something meaningful. Meant. So went goes with meant. Also goes with spent. I spend my days. My days were spent. My days and spend and then after you went. Well, I'll write it down. What I'm doing. Let's see if we can find another rhyme. So at the moment we've got mend, spend. Are you in there too? Cement. I don't know. Ferment, lament. No, don't like any of these. Prevent. Yeah. Torment. Because we're talking about someone feeling alone. It was, but then we can turn it into the second part of the chorus where initially we say it was a torment. But then, what happened to me? But then I, went out and picked myself up and dusted myself off, and everything turned better. If you want to be that sort of songwriter, right? Writing a positive message, or you could be a depressing songwriter, and keep it. Everything went to. What else does it? I think we've got enough there. But what else does it rhyme with? Went rhymes with orient, express, reinvent, and I reinvent. It's not very good to song. And I reinvent. Supplement. Yeah, I love a vitamin D supplement. Disorient. Yeah, someone who could be disoriented. Disorient. But it's a bit better to say disoriented. Disoriented. Went, and I can say after you wented. So I might not be able to use that. I'm going to have a little drink. I'm really thirsty. Okay, I'll just be doing these 4 lines and then I'll say cheerio. And then what I'll do after this, I'll record myself working on the song and post the videos on YouTube, because I need more private time, really, to just time that you might be bored just sitting down watching me just working things out. But I wanted to give you an idea of how I work with things. Okay, so at the moment we've got I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. And we want to go da 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 da. Final ever known. It was a torment after you went. I felt I thought. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. Love meant after you went. I think I felt alone. I felt alone. Nothing I've ever known. Nothing I forget. I forget after you went. I forget. Torment is too long. Spend. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. Spent after you want something spent. Oh, and it gets frustrating because you want to get it out. It's your babies. Like when you're pregnant, you got these babies growing, and then you want to get it out. After 9 months, you're heavy. I've never been pregnant, but yeah, you want to get it. So, and this can be really enjoyable. It can be really frustrating part. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. Something I want to put something like and then what I do if I can't find the line, I'll go online and I'll just put the word torment. I write the word torment, and then I write sayings, like free cultural sayings. And then I go into images. So I'm on Google, I'm typing torment, I go into images. What does it say there? The most hateful torment for men is to have knowledge of everything but power or nothing. And things like that inspire me. I'll just read some quotes. Surface surface cures are not going to get rid of the torment that's inside. I don't like that. I don't know what it means. Her tears, like drops of molten lead, with torment burn the passage to my heart. And these are probably quotes from old poets, copyright free. I mean, I wouldn't steal anything, but there might be something there that makes me think of something else. You may be deceived if you trust too much, but you will live in torment if you don't trust enough. So we could then include the concept of trust. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. Trusted, but you meant no. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't put went because it's so hard. What else have we got? You may be deceived if you trust too much, but you will live in torment if you don't trust enough. Yeah. So trusting became hard after you went. Okay, so like trusting someone else. So hard. So we want to end in hard. So what goes on with hard? Hard. You've got charred. Hard. I can't find much. Lard. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. I ended up, and then I ate some lard after. What was the lard? After you? No, we got rid of went. What was the word I was going to use? I never known. Oh yeah, I was going to after. What goes with yes? So. Felt alone, nothing I've ever known. Just for it just felt so hard after you jarred, after you starred, after you yard, bodyguard, courtyard, flashguard, after you let's try online, because sometimes the app isn't brilliant. I use them both, and so you could spend hours doing this. If you enjoy it, I do enjoy it. The creating is the best part, and then also the creating. What am I can't type. Hard goes with barred, card, charred. Oh yeah, charred you on the barbecue. Guard. I've put my guard on. Marred, shard, scarred. So we're talking feelings, bad feelings, scarred. Wow, how are we going to use that? We still want to say after. After. I have to use the after a bit before. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. Now I'm burnt and scarred. After you went. I quite like the word scarred. After you. What else have they got? Die hard, discard, farmyard, mudguard, postcard, schoolyard, safeguard, trump card. No, we don't want trump. Tilliard, tabard, avant-garde. Some of these is, you just really have to look through and spend the time. trading card, Scotland Yard, identity card, yeoman and the guard. Don't think so. We'll keep. This is, gosh, it's almost 6 o'clock. Come on, girl. I want to get these 4 lines done. Play them on the piano, and then I'll be glad that I've got first part of the chorus. What could be the second part of the chorus? It's just this is not long enough, because how many bars is that? A bar is 4 beats. Or bars could be 3. Actually, a bar could be any beats. Could be 3 beats if you were doing a waltz. Dum ba ba dum ba ba 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oh, but this song is in 4/4. I felt alone 1 2 3 4. Once I felt alone. Every time I put my head down, that's 1 1 da da da. Nothing I've ever known. Da 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 da. After you went. Yeah. So I can't remember what. My memory's terrible. What was I talking about beats now? Oh yeah, because I was saying so many bars is that. 1 I felt alone. Nothing I've ever known. It's probably 8. Da 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 da. After you went. Da, da, da. Yeah, so we need we could leave a chorus at 8 bars, but it seems really short. So you really want to do 16 bars. You want to basically repeat this melody again, because people want to listen to it again, familiarize, learn it, and then go out and sing it to everyone else. Okay, so I felt alone. Nothing I've ever, I can't say ever known, because I'm sure you would have known, the feeling of loneliness from something else, your best friend leaving you, or, a parent dying. So, but for now, we'll just sing it like that, and then I'll circle that word because I want to work on it. So I'll circle it, and it reminds me later that I've got to work on that. I felt alone. Nothing I won't have known. I want to have known. Nothing I've ever known. After da 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 after you. Scar. What if I put it after initially? After you went. After. See, now the word doesn't quite go with the melody. Da da da, and it goes after. The accent wouldn't be. The word is after. The accent is on the word a, after. No, it's not after. And if I sang that after as the first word of that melody, I'd have to sing it after da da, and it's not quite right. This is why you gotta use the right words, the right syllables, and the right part of the melody. Na 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 na, after. After, na 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 na, after. But I could use in the third line. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. After you, you book it off. After you scarred me. After you decided. It could be after you decided. After you decided. What goes with decided? Such a long word. Decided, abided, collided. After you decided I wasn't good anymore. Something like that. After you decided. Right. Then you decided I glided. After you decided I was no more. And then divided is quite a good word. After you decided we should be divided. We should be divided. And then it won't end there. And then you could say, after you decided we should be divided from an opinion. You know, you could say the concept could be that someone's decided your relationship should be no more because you have difference of opinions all the time. So that could be the concept of but you know, it's yeah, of course you want to get on with someone. You don't want to be war all the time. But you know, sometimes the best relationships are two people exchanging different opinions. It makes it interesting. Otherwise, you go to the pub, you see each other every day, you go to the pub, and what do you talk about if you agree on everything? Okay, let's try that. It's getting dark. I'm just going to open my curtains, which were closed because the sun was shining earlier on and you would not have seen anything. Not that it would be a bad thing if you did not see me. Anyway. Lyrics. I felt, let me write down the numbers because it's all scribbled up. This now will turn into pages and pages of the same lyrics. I felt alone with the first line. Nothing I've ever known. That's I'm going to be scribbling underneath. Yeah, that needs changing. That needs something better. After you decided, that's 3. We should be divided. The last one. I felt alone. It's the Pro Tools on. Make sure the Pro Tools. Oh yeah, it's recording. Just so I remember what I'm composing. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. After you decided we should be. No, how was that? I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. After you decided, we should be divided. I felt alone, so I was changing the chords a bit. After you decided we should be. After you decided we should be divided. Okay, so the first part of the chorus, it's A major 7, G, which we scrapped it. No, F goes into F. Then goes into G. And then the second part, I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. After you decided, I felt alone, so the A is twice, A. I felt alone, then it goes into A major 7, da 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 da, and again, and then A major 7, da 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 da. After you decided, F is twice. After you decided, we should be divided. I felt alone, nothing I've ever known. After you decided, we should be divided. Oh, I felt alone. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. And there we go. We've got a verse and a chorus. We got chords from a jar at random. We got a word at random from a book. And And yeah, I'll be working on it. So if you enjoyed today, and thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Susie, for talking to me. Please subscribe and tick on the option to receive updates or next events, and then I'll be posting the next sessions. I won't do those live, but I'll post the next sessions. So I'll record myself. It'll still be a recording of the process, but I will edit it when I'm just sat there messing around, and you'll see where the song is going. So everything you heard today is copyrighted by Consuelo Scivoletto-Cordey, aka Consu. Today is the 10th of October 2021. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a safe, whatever you do it safe, and have a lovely evening. Cheerio. Thanks for joining me. See you again soon. Bye bye, Consu. Ciao.